Hi, this is Pastor Tom with WCC Weekly, coming to you from Walker Christian Church in the sanctuary today to share with you because we're open. We're partially open, but we also want to let you know that we're making plans to be fully open. That's still going to be a few weeks away. Until then, we're going to continue to do the social distancing and continue to offer worship services at 9 and 10:30 and Mark Lakeler's adult Bible class at 9:15. So we just want to let you know that. I wanted to do this segment from the sanctuary, from our worship area. This Sunday, Bryce Cook, this past Sunday, shared a message, the second one in our Flawed Heroes series. The overarching theme of this series is, number one, God uses flawed people like you and me in miraculous and powerful ways. Also, the other overarching theme is there's only one perfect person to ever live on this earth, and that was Jesus Christ himself. But getting into the message a little bit, Abraham was probably most well known for being willing to sacrifice Isaac up on the mountain. Now, the story is that he did not have to do that. The account is because God provided a sacrifice, a perfect lamb caught in the bushes as a sacrifice. So Abraham did not have to. And God did this to him to basically test his faith. Because Abraham had stumbled in his relationship with God, even though that God at first, Abram's name was Abram, he was the father of nations. Later, God would change his name to Abraham, the father of all nations, and work his covenant through Abraham. But Abraham stumbled. There was a time in Egypt when he and Sarah went to Egypt, and Abraham passed Sarah off as his sister to Pharaoh so that Pharaoh would accept her into his harem. They would receive favor from Pharaoh. And so he stumbled there. He stumbled again when God had promised them Isaac long before the sacrifice thing ever happened. God promised him and Sarah a child in their old age, which, like I said, was Isaac. But Abraham and Sarah, neither one believed that God could do that. So Abraham took one of Sarah's maidservants, Hagar, and had Ishmael. Like I said, there's a whole backdrop on the story of Ishmael, who he was and his descendants. It's very relevant to today that I'm not going to get into. But that was another time that Abraham stumbled. But the whole thing was, this was all a process. And God worked through all of that, the failures, and got him up to the point of the big test of faith with Isaac. And the reason that God did that with Abraham, and the reason that God does that still today with us, is get us to the point where we position ourselves so that he can work through us in those powerful and miraculous ways sometimes. And other times it's just the day-to-day life and blessings and loving God and loving others that he works through us that. But it's a lot about positioning ourselves to be able for God to work those plans and purposes that he has planned for all of us. I mean, God's word says that he had a plan for us, predestined before we were ever born in our mother's womb. He had those plans. So anyway, we hope to see you soon here with us out to worship. Like I said, we have worship services at 9 and 10:30 this Sunday. We'll be in the Flawed Heroes Part 3. Pastor Jordan will be doing the message centered around the life of Jacob. We also have Mark Lakeler will be doing his adult Bible class at 9:15 in the fellowship hall. God bless, and I hope to see you all soon.